Ready there, team? Beautiful. Please welcome up to the stage competitor number 3, Geoff Lemon. Thank you.
So they've told us, in words that enfold us like the opening of a curtain, the things that are certain. Just death and taxes. But that's not it. There's the sweat on your lip when you flip into action. Taxes and death and the wet on your skin with each quickening breath. So sweat, death and taxes are our minimums and maxes, and while it's septic, we accept it and live our lives believing nothing more should be expected. Just sweat, death and taxes. If there's more, then we're anxious. We think that this world has been hurled off its axis. Just sweat, death and taxes, so we strain like tractors on and on for just the odd mention in dispatches. Sweat, death and taxes, blood, sweat and blunt force fractures, bearing the unsought scratches, the slits where their claws have scored hits, the hisses and spit from a horde of detractors. Sweat, death and taxes, punctures and patches, plasters are pasted on scars that have cratered the furrows created by blood, sweat and tears, the steady drip of man-made paint, and with one fingertip we strike and faint and strike again, smear a casual hex on wasted years, a curse on casual sex and fairground fears, but it's time to leave clowns and circus folk behind, to drown in the quite unheeded and no longer needed corners of our minds. Carnies, they're nomads, you know. So let's hit the road. We're promised nothing but sweat, death and taxes. That's why I'm armed like a cactus, arms upraised and unafraid, unswayed by external factors. I wish that were accurate. Now I know the stoic tradition is venerable, but these days I just feel vulnerable, naked and exposed to the sky, a rabbit who knows he's reflected in a hawk's eye, stripped bare, a fox without a handy lair, a Dalek outfoxed by a set of stairs. Halted and exposed in its quest for domination, I'm shaking, frail like an undressed crustacean. You know, the shellfish with its outer crustacean smashed. Or like the English ref in that Croatia match. Or a drug lord who's hoarded his whole paper stash. So give me 3 yellow cards and send me off already. I've had enough of this fucking rock anyway. Now I've got yellow cards to match my coloured shoes, yellow hearts and the power to abuse, but even with these size 16s I was never steady. And now I'm running flat like an ever-ready. Because the saline circuits in this circus are only powered by exertions of workers. All the Sherpas and Gurkhas and women in burqas who stitch up our shoes and bottle our gherkins. And the bosses are jerks who just smirk and desert us, self-satisfied merchants who try to immerse us in 5-year plans and their endless demands. They envisage a land filled with men made of sand who will work like berserkers, and fires that are fueled with the bodies of shirkers. Sweat, death and taxes, and violent reactions to health and to rights and industrial action. Strike breakers who break and strike the strikers, flaring like lighters, flailing and sightless. Strike breakers who strike and rape the rights of labour so that one man might savour a bottle of wine of exceptional flavour. There is death, sweat and taxes. No heroes, no saviour. So we're fighting a war against sweat, death and taxes. Because there's more, there are things to be felt, there are arts to be practiced, there's more, there's a world record score, there's sliding in socks on a polished wood floor. We're fighting a war against sweat, death and taxes. There's more, there's the beach and the shore, there's the wink of a whore that you found satisfaction. And there's the arc of the sun that needs expert describing, there's drink for imbibing, there's climbing of vines and the passion for rising like funk and the smell of fresh skunk and your friends for high-fiving. And there's music for musing and dances for dancing and colours and views and cute little shoes and drugs to abuse and some chances for chancing. And there's life there for living, there's taking and giving in so many ways, there are deeds to be done, there are hearts to be won, there are condoms and ribbing and shivering timbers and making a cum. So we're fighting a war against sweat, death and taxes. And there's more to be done. There's a war to be won and there's more to be done, so don't let them distract us. We're fighting a war against sweat, death and taxes. And there's more to be